What is going on, guys? It's Suk and I am back with a brand new video on Super Duper Tech. And in today's video I shall be showing you what it's like to play games on a 2019 base model 13-inch MacBook Pro. So without any further ado, let's hit the titles. So first things first, which games did I use to test the gaming performance of this Mac? The games that I used were Battlefield 5, Call of Duty Black Ops 4, Grand Theft Auto 5, Apex Legends, Mafia 3, CSGO, FireWatch, and finally Destiny 2. These games were then played at 3 different resolutions and medium graphical settings. So let's start off with the native resolution of the MacBook Pro, that being 2560 by 1600. As you can see, the highest average FPS that I got was around 24 frames per second. Now this was achieved while playing Black Ops 4. Whilst Destiny 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, CSGO and Battlefield 5 each performed very similarly with an average frame rate above 15 per second. Now an average of 15 per second is still pretty bad, but I have seen worse. So if you do want to see that video where I gamed on a MacBook Air and got worse results, then be sure to click the card in the top right corner to see that video. At this resolution, the 2 games which performed the worst were Mafia 3 and FireWatch, performing with an average frame rate of around 7 and 6 respectively. With both of these games not being able to top 10 frames per second, I personally put it down to the games no longer getting any updates, but that says more about the developers, as GTA 5 performed better than Mafia 3 despite being 3 years older. With results like that, I then chose to lower the resolution to see if I could get more of an enjoyable frame rate. After lowering the resolution to 1920 by 1200 and keeping the graphical settings at medium, the frame rates on all games increased, but some more than others. Taking a look at Black Ops 4, you can see I got an average of around 30 frames per second, whilst the most that I got was around 37 frames per second. And whilst playing CSGO, I got an average FPS above 40, with its maximum hitting almost 50 frames per second. Battlefield 5, Grand Theft Auto 5 and Destiny 2 averaged 20, 27 and 25 frames per second respectively, which is somewhat bearable, but if you're used to playing games at a buttery smooth FPS at 144 or more, you'll really hate the experience. And if you're looking at playing games such as Apex Legends, Mafia 3 or FireWatch, I wouldn't bother playing them on this system at this resolution, as they perform poorly when you compare them to the rest of the group. After seeing these results for Apex Legends, Mafia 3 and FireWatch, I once again lowered the resolution to attempt at getting something playable. And as you guys can see, Apex Legends averaged above 30 frames per second and got a maximum FPS above 45, which is quite insane considering the jump up from 1920 by 1200 to 1280 by 800. And as you can see, Apex Legends averaged around 30 frames per second and got a maximum FPS above 45, which is insane, as just before that, playing at 1920 by 1200, it averaged around 14 frames per second. In fact, all games apart from Mafia 3, Battlefield 5 and Destiny 2 performed very well, averaging above 30 frames per second, with CSGO being the surprise of the bunch, pulling around on average 50 frames per second. Now I know these aren't the most amazing results in the world, but when you factor all things in, it's not the worst results either. Yes, these machines aren't designed or made with gaming in mind, but if you wanted to play the odd game here or there, you have the potential to do so. That is depending on the game you want to play. So then guys, that has been it for today's video. If you enjoyed the video, then be sure to hit the like button, and if you are new around here, then why not subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified of any videos I release in the future. If you have got any questions with what you've seen in today's video, then be sure to leave them down below in the comment section, or alternatively you can hit me up on my social media. Links can be found down below in the description. But once again, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.